At what point in your life did this happen?
I'm going to guess somewhere between when I was 11 and 13.
12?
Blake, I've got some very exciting news.
Ooh, what's the exciting news?
We actually got our first donation yesterday.
We did. Interesting.
Yeah, so like it's something I've never advertised on the channel before. We just I put it in the description a few weeks back. There's a little section where it's called Buy Us a Coffee. And if you felt so inclined, you could jump in there and do it. But I never wanted to say it to anyone. But our good friend Neil has bought us a couple of coffees each. And also I said, like, what video do you want to check out? And he goes, can you have a look at this clip? And it was a Would I Lie to You clip of Bob Mortimer. So I'm like, top of the list. Let's do this straight away.
Absolutely. And thank you, Neil, for your other recommendation for the book, audio book, on Bob Mortimer. Haven't gotten around to checking it out yet, but I will do because that looks very exciting. Yeah,
guys, if you want to, you can obviously comment on any of the videos, but if you want to reach up to each of us individually, we do put our Instagram tags at the start of every video and in the description as well, if you want to reach out. Yeah, I thought this is going to be exciting. It's a newer video. This is by far the newest Would I Lie to You clip we've ever seen. It's in a post-pandemic world, so it's done in the last year or two.
Love it.
It's called Bob Mortimer and the Witch's Garden.
Okay, it's Bob Mortimer, so it's going to be random anyway. Sure.
Exactly, and we've been assured that seeing this one doesn't affect any of the previous ones. They don't give away the answers to the ones that we are yet to see. So we can just jump into it and have a good time on a crazy, whimsical Bob Mortimer adventure.
Bob, you're next.
On a dark winter's night, I once broke into the garden of the local witch's house and was shocked by what I found there.
David, Steve. Okay, at what point...
There's a lot of questions, isn't it?
At what point in your life did this happen?
I'm going to guess somewhere between when I was 11 and 13.
12?
I'm going to say 12.
And you say the local witch's house. What do you mean by that?
I mean, this is a very distant memory now.
Okay.
It was the house, not very far from me, where all the kids said that the witch lived.
And who did live there?
I don't know their name.
Right.
I'll call them Mary Candles. It had hedges at the front, you know, it's like uncut hedges, a front gate covered with hedging. And it said on the front gate, it said simply the words, "No thanks."
No, really?
So that's quite creepy, isn't it?
Can I ask a question?
I think every town has like a witch's house because we certainly had one down towards the beach.
Yeah.
And I've been there. Have you been to this place before?
Yeah. So that's sort of... Okay, yes, I have heard of this one, yes.
It was always like that rumor of a witch's house. But it's funny just from his description because when I picture this place, it's just like thick hedging all the way across the front. So you can't see the house. You're going to like at nighttime, you could probably see like lights of the house. And then just in the doorway where the gate is, there's like a cutout opening that went back about 4 feet. And then there was another hedge and you had to sort of walk in and straight to the right. So it's just completely covered in hedging. So his description was almost the exact same. So I think any house in any town with a lot of hedging is automatically assumed to be a witch's house.
Yeah, because how do they start? Like, I remember hearing stories of, like, why it was a witch's house, but I can't think of them anymore.
Because it was also, like, just across from a school. So surely that's where it originated from.
Yeah,
and then it just spread like wildfire.
You started that with saying you were shocked by what you saw there.
Yeah.
Yes. So shocked by what I found there.
So what did you find there?
I'm not comfortable with telling you that just yet. Sorry, I'm not.
This is going so far, it's got to be a lie, isn't it?
Let me just say it doesn't...
That guy doesn't know Bob if he thinks it's got to be a lie from just those facts.
Yeah. Nah. He hasn't seen the Top Guns, you know, the Claudias and the Bobs who can just steer a story so far outward that it's usually a way back home.
There's elements of both sides of his storytelling. There's the aspect that he is double checking his cards, like playing into he can't remember, which makes me think it's a true story. But it still could go either way. So let's get some more information.
It does not have to be a lie. Whatever he says, however absurd, it could still be true. However plausible, it could still be a lie. It's just, essentially, what we are doing for this section is entirely futile. We will talk for a bit, then we will guess, then it will be over.
I want to applaud David Mitchell too. That was fantastic.
Who are you with?
He's such a legend with this.
Like, he just speaks to our hearts. That's exactly right. Like, it does not matter. You can analyze as much as you want. At the end of the day, Bob Mortimer, Claudia Winkleman, roll the dice, flip a coin, and you're more likely going to be more correct than if you're just trying to analyze the footage and work out if it's true or false.
Absolutely, yeah.
So how did you come to go into this house? Who were you with?
I was with, what's he called? I was with Ken Numbers. I changed it, yeah.
There
Ronnie Calculator's son.
He's finally admitted to changing it. He never says that. He just goes with their name, Ken Numbers, and he's got something to do with calculators. He's finally actually said, I'm changing the name.
So they are all changed.
Always
in other words.
Confirmation, finally.
I changed it, yeah. Ronnie Calculator's son. The vibe is
What do they
very
have a
unkempt.
different
It's
last
a garden
name?
because-
What's that?
Why do they have a different last name if it's his dad?
Ken Numbers and Ron Calculator. I love it.
Because as we all know, Lee, witches hate gardening, wizards hate plumbing. So we knew it was a female resident.
Right. So you've never seen Mary Candles, but you were only speculating it must be a witch rather than a wizard because it was an unkempt garden with no sign of deficient plumbing.
Exactly. We wanted to be the first people who said, no, we penetrated, its boundaries.
Yeah.
We went into the front lawn, down a gate to the side, past the bins, past the back door, and then to the window where there was a light on, a big picture window, looked inside, and that's when we saw this extraordinary sight. Well, extraordinary to us as 12-year-olds.
What was it? You've got to say.
It was a tiny, tiny horse. And I'm not saying it was watching television, that was all that was in the room. It was a tiny horse and a television on. I did get in the house.
You got in the house?
Yes, Mrs. Candles came out.
Right.
Yes, and she said to me, you're one of the Mortimer boys, aren't you?
Were you?
Yeah. So Ken said. And she said, would you like to come in and see the horse? And she took us in, and it stank of paraffin. It was hot.
That's horse.
Hot. No, the house.
I thought about the horse stunk
The
of
horse
paraffin.
did stink, actually.
Did he?
Yeah.
Of?
Meat, hot meat. As we were looking at the horse, I always remember this, she came in, and she had a toilet seat in her hand. And she said, if I gave you some money, do you think you could get rid of this for me?
What did you do with it?
Just threw it on our way home, just threw it somewhere else, I imagine.
Did she
much
say what
money
the
did
horse's
you get?
name was?
Max.
You'd have thought minimum.
Not bad.
All right, well, now, Suggs, what are you thinking about this?
That's it?
This is very difficult.
I'm saying true. He told so many details then, but they were very, very obscure details.
He told a lot of details, but that was a baffling story. Now, when he says tiny horse, because I was immediately picturing something like pocket-sized, but it could just be like a Shetland pony or something.
I
It's like a
genuinely
miniature
thought
horse.
he was trying to suggest that there was a horse that a witch had shrunk down and trained to watch TV with.
That's what he was kind of going with. He did throw out a lot of specifics there. I am so torn with this one.
I think the thing for me that makes me think it's true is out of any single person that I know who would visit a witch's house, he's the character type.
I absolutely believe his friends, himself, they go to the witch's house, going past the bins down the side of the house, looking in the window. Yeah, okay. It's Bob Mortimer. It's going to be true, isn't it?
Like, it's the kind of thing where I'm sure when we find out, he'd be like, yeah, we actually used to go around once a month just to have tea and stuff. We became friends with her.
She paid us to get rid of a toilet seat? Like, that is such an odd detail.
Such an odd detail. And, like, I want to know how much they got paid.
Yeah.
Because I'd take that. Yeah, sure, I'll just chuck it on my way home anywhere.
But also, he went into their house. Then she saw that there was some random kid in his house. And she's like, take this money to get rid of this toilet seat. Instead of, what are you doing on my property?
Yeah.
Oh,
Called the police. Were you getting...
everything in my mind is saying this is obviously not true, except for the fact that it's Bob telling it.
Were you getting... I remember you telling me, like, when you were listening to scary podcasts, were you getting those vibes when he was sort of in the house?
Yeah. I was getting, especially when he was coming up to the window and he's about to look in. I was like, ooh, this is reminding me of all the true crimes I've been listening to lately.
All right, well, what are we going with? I'm going to say true. I can't believe that it couldn't be true because of Bob, and I can't believe that it could be false because of Bob. So.
Okay, I'm going to join you and say it's true as well, because every part of me says it's false, but it's Bob, so I've got to always flip my decision, so I'm going true with you.
All right.
But in reality, it should be false.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Let's lose this suspense. It's killing me.
I mean, you know, it's so preposterous, but David's flung me by saying this is the way he carries on anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same.
I mean, but no, I'm saying lie, of course.
You say it's a lie.
It was when you said the horse smelt like hot meat.
Well, do you remember the detail of the paraffin heaters?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We're talking 40, maybe 50 degrees there with those old...
40 or 50 degrees centigrade. So we're talking like the temperature of the desert in Saudi Arabia.
Did you ever see Mary Candles again?
No, never.
Never saw her again?
Aww.
Never saw her again.
She probably melted in that heat.
All right, what are you going to say then, David?
Surely it's not true.
Do we think lie?
I think it's a lie. I think it's a lie.
I think it is a lie.
All right, they're saying it's a lie. Now, we
have we
should
done?
bear in mind that when it comes to
we've
Bob,
won.
David has a very poor track record. Let's see if he can be better tonight. Bob, truth or lie?
I was telling the truth.
Yes!
Well
Faith
done,
restored.
I'm glad I joined you.
Faith restored. And
Bob really did break into a creepy guy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Another whimsical Bob adventure.
oh my
From
God.
his Tales from his youth. That's what the compilation should be called. Tales from Bob's youth.
Instead of Mortimerian Tales, although that is a cool name. Make a movie about Bob Mortimer. I want to see it. It'll be like a Stand By Me with all of his friends and just UK comedy. Just staple that.
Judging from this material, make a TV series because we're going to need a lot more time with all of these stories.
That's true.
Yeah, wow. No, that was great. Thanks, Neil. Appreciate the suggestion. That was really, really cool.
Yes, loved that one, Neil. So any more that you guys would recommend, any more that Neil also wants to recommend, please let us know because that was fantastic and we're all about it. If you guys also like that, please hit the like button and let us know and we'll make more stuff like this.
Sounds good. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see more Bob Mortimer Would I Lie to You reactions, hit on that playlist just up there, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one. See ya.